Hello, chat. While I make it so that there we go, it caught up eventually. My computer catches up and shows Arena. Hi. I'm joined again by Alex Watson. Alex, say hello to chat.
Hello, chat. It's nice to be back. Thanks, Jack.
Yeah, no. Well, I was obviously you're the sort of person that I go to when I want to discuss game design nonsense, and we've had some previews this week, so I'd be really interested to hear what you have to say about them.
Yeah, I'm happy to spend a lot of time, chatting.
Hey, Vince. Hope you're doing well. How's Arena going for you?
Me?
Well, no, I was talking to chat. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't care about you, Alex.
I'm back on Arena. I spent today.
I was going to say, the fact that you said to me the other day, "Oh yeah, I don't even have a deck on Arena," I was like, "You what? You monster!"
I have two major achievements today from Arena.
Mm-hmm.
One is I got my screen name as Mr. Ham Sandwich.
Oh, nice!
Very happy. And the second one, me and Adam, my housemate, were got up a budget Bogles list.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just crushing people by putting wings on horses. It's been sweet.
Wings on horses, I love it. No, you're right, Evans. Arena, it is the future. I want them to make best of 3 a bigger deal, but look, this is the future. This really is. So yeah, that's what shocks me about Alex being like, "Yeah, I haven't played it in like 3 months or whatever." It's like, what are you on, you lunatic? But yeah. Let's play some ranked games. As you can see, we know what we're targeting tonight. And then yeah, once we've played a couple of games, we might start talking about some previews. Before we start, is it like I know you have a Simic bias, Alex. Is that already showing through with the new Simic mechanic, or are you not super interested?
I will force Simic Unlimited and be sad when I lose. That's my thing. For Constructed, I'm unlikely to end up playing Simic. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think. I guess when we chat spoilers, we'll get into a bit deeper. I think this Simic mechanic looks like it'd be pretty fun.
Yes.
For limited play.
Yeah.
I think it is inherently Simic, despite what some people on Twitter think. And I think it'll just it'll do the job it's meant to do very nicely.
Yes, yeah. So we mulliganed twice there. Reasons being, 1, first land had a tap land and an elf, and that was it for mana sources, and no explorers, as I recall. But even if it did, I'm not risking that. And then the second one was just no interaction until turn 4 and 5, and then we bottomed our good friend the Planeswalker Graveyard with you, because again, we needed early interaction as opposed to anything late. And when I say interaction, I mean anything that goes on the board. And yeah, it's definitely Branchwalker first there.
Why Branchwalker?
Because as soon as you play the Seeker Squire, they don't attack with a Fanatical Firebrand, and then they shoot your Branchwalker before it puts counters on it.
But they could have done the Firebrand was tapped, was it? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, the Firebrand had attacked. Yeah, we'll leave that on top. That's a creature. Enters tapped, please. Thank you. Obviously, our opponent could just play a couple of spells this turn and then play a Frenzy next turn, and we will just die. We just die at that point. Interesting. Well, we know our J-Light Rangers totally die into this stupid Firebrand this turn, but I just wanted it to dig. And it is also sort of a kill spell for this Firebrand, which I know is not a big deal, but Graveyard with you, Library with you. Excellent. That's what we wanted to see. And then again, no attacks. We're just going to try and get to 6 mana, finality the board, and just hope that that's enough. It shouldn't be, but... Yeah, I mean, maybe I should have just binned that Jadelight Ranger. But we would have drawn Llanowar Elves instead, and I know that's Rotty, and we shouldn't be Rotty, but... Everbird? No! It's not like I have an easy answer on top of my library for it. Okay, opponent seems to be flooding out a little bit here. Okay. Well, the Phoenix is getting contempted. And... I'm pretty certain that that's a burn spell in their hand, so I think what we're meant to do here is just prevent as much damage as possible. I
mean, you're planning to kill your creatures anyway, right?
Well, this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's just.
So I think you contempt the bird, and I think you block the 2/1 with your 2/3, and then put the 3/2 in front of the 3/3, which leaves them with a 4/4.
That's exactly where I'm at.
You
just make the.
Make the obvious blocks, right?
Yeah.
And then if they have a burn spell, they're still 2 for 1 themselves.
Yep, that's kind of my feeling.
And you can always use Find just to buy back stuff.
Yeah, this is true. If we don't end up hitting the mana.
Oh no.
Okay.
Nothing. Ignore me. Yeah, so... Yeah, okay. So this has not worked out.
Yeah, the elf did technically give me the 6 mana, but at the same time, that's really not what you want to rely on. I would have been much happier drawing basically any other spell against a deck with 4 Goblin Chain Whirlers and the last 3 Fanatical Firebrands. So, block. It's not great, but it's there. And if we draw a land, we might actually just find... Ooh. That's interesting. That is really interesting.
Pretty sure you play the Walker.
And then are we finding for Chups and Jadelight?
Yeah.
I think that's the line.
Is it just Branch Walker and Jadelight? Just explore 3 times? I mean, I guess if they kill the Walker...
Yeah, no, I want the Chups.
Okay.
And I can't play any of them this turn anyway, so...
Yeah, alright. Go for it then.
How are you doing,
Find. Jadelight. Ravenous. Let's mute Alex for a moment for the stream. But yeah, you're right. If I was like all in on the 6 mana play of Finality, that would have been potentially the correct play. I mean, you say no value, but they still spend a burn spell on it. Yeah. And we couldn't play Jadelight Ranger next turn anyway, considering I wanted to Chupacabra, because I need to get rid of this Runaway Steamkin, because it is their way of just winning. Oh, this is annoying, but we're going to take 4 here. Yeah, well, we're on 6, actually. Well, Runaway Steamkin punches us. I mean, you're possibly right, but like being at 3 here would feel so much worse than our Wildgrowth Walker being dead, because we would have then been forced to go Wildgrowth and Jadelight this turn just to gain a bunch of life back, which is not a small amount of life, obviously, but risk factor. And again, I'm actually just going to take this. I mean, I know that leaves us dead to a lot of things, but I'd rather not give my opponent cards. They've got nothing in hand. And I think we're just memorialing this turn. I know this is a riskier line, but I think this leads us to more chances to actually win the game. And we're also going to leave Woodland Cemetery in hand. I suppose they do have. Oh, damn it! Yeah, you have. Oh, sorry.
Plan. You're supposed to get back the thing and play the Wildgrowth Walker. Yeah, no, you don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Jack.
Yes.
I confused things.
Yes.
So the line I would have gone for was leave the Chupacabra back,
and
then you're buying back the Walker, and then next turn playing Walker plus Jade Light.
Yes, that was the line I saw and meant to take, and
fair enough.
For some reason just attacked.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's a mulligan as well. Jeez. So's
You're
that.
a little ahead of me.
Oh, yeah, that's
I need to just refresh Twitch. Give me a sec.
Twitch is always going to be 20 seconds ahead of you. This is why we were on Discord and I was going to share my screen with you. Except we forgot to do that. There we go.
All right.
There we go. It's another red deck.
Red decks are great.
Yeah, I would not be against playing one, but strike it, obvious, yeah.
Can I make the window bigger? Probably not.
This is fun. No, I think I mulligan exactly the right amount. I think I spent years under mulliganing. And I think a lot of other people don't mulligan as much as they should as well. Because those first two hands were entirely unplayable. Sure. Yeah, we'll leave that on top. It's not great, but it's something. It's Alex, we're dead. There's no point analysing the game.
Yeah,
we are super dead.
You are not wrong. You can concede now.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, some games are just not winnable.
Let's just get on with it. I really don't think they were playable enough against enough decks.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what the 6 was anymore. But I remember there was a problem with it. 5 lands, Lanarel, Vivian Raids. That seems
Mulligan.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good hand. There we go.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable hand. I think we're going to bottom the second one though. We don't know if it's good in the matchup as it is. And also we do need just to hit some lands. And I mean Merfolk Branchwalker will help with that. Okay. Plains and no thing suggests control actually. What? Free drop, free fall. Was that the last hand? Was that the 6? I don't even remember. We're going to graveyard that.
I agree.
We're not super interested. Let's play that out. And just slam for 2. At least we've got Wildgrowth Walker out of the range of... oh, okay. Lava Coilet. Sure.
You were saying?
Well, I was going to say definitely Clarion, but... Doesn't actually look like they are an aggro deck, but it also doesn't look like Jeskai.
It could be the Boros Angels deck.
It could be. This is very true.
Is it worth playing the Squire? Okay.
Yeah. Like, I think we just library that.
I think I would have bend that, actually.
Hmm.
Because if you hit a land, you can play Vivian. Now you do nothing next turn.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
And you've got a Memorial in play.
You're right, this is Angels. Yeah, okay. We're playing like adult tonight.
They're blocking.
Okay, that seems weird to me.
That's a surprise. Well, that worked out well for you.
Yeah. I mean, opponent definitely just has like 5 Angels in hand, but I'll take that. Alex, have you got headphones on?
Yeah, am I wrestling?
No, I can hear myself.
Oh,
Cool.
I actually have access to something slightly better. I can go and get something different.
I mean, that'd be fine, whatever.
Did you just concede?
Yeah.
Why?
We drew a Carnage Tyrant.
Oh, another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a sec. I'll be back on in a moment.
We were very dead there. Very dead. Right then, let's do another one and let's mute Alex so that we don't get background rustliness while he goes and grabs a mic. Ugh. Come on. I think we keep it. Bottom that. We need a green source. Oh, hey, Chris. I didn't realise. That's a good draw. That's a reasonably good draw. I'm actually tempted to use that first. Pay 2 life. Branch Walker. Okay, yeah, getting there. This is fine now. I do love this deck because you can mulligan really low. Like mulligans to 6 don't feel like a problem. Mulligans to 5 are often just very winnable. Mirror match, but we've got some good cards for the mirror. Yeah, that's perfect, Alex. That's really good. Oh wow, we've got some really great cards for the mirror here.
Jack, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm guessing Alex can't hear us. Seeker Squire's probably just going to go in the graveyard. We just want to hit land number 5 and 6, and then no attacks. 1 second.
Right, I'm back. I think. I hope. Okay, good.
Okay then. Say something again for me, Alex.
Yeah. Should we be back? Can you guys all hear me?
Yes. Yeah, you're good.
Excellent.
Hold on a second. Let me just give you some gain a second.
Okay.
Because you're a little bit on the quiet side at the moment.
That's me. I am quiet anyway.
Ha! So opponent sacrificed a Llanowar Elves after having gotten out a turn 3 Vraska, which is pretty rough for us. But I think we're going to choops away that Merfolk Branch Walker and then attack the Vraska. I think that's the line here.
Yeah.
Because the way opponent played that says they definitely have more lands in hand. So, and then we play Vivian Reed and we set up for this slightly grindy game. Which,
I mean, you have the tower, so
yeah, This is it.
very well set.
We should get to win a Carnage Tyrant fight because we've got Detection Tower in hand, but we still need to find the actual removal that goes with it. Okay. Opponent is ticking up Vraska, but not sacrificing anything this time. I'm guessing they've got the Carnage Tyrant in hand and they want to play it next turn. Okay, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. What do you reckon? They've got the removal spell?
Well, they've either got Contempt or they've got absolutely nothing, so it's got to be Contempt.
I was thinking cast down, but yeah.
Well, first thing you do is you attack.
Yep.
And hopefully they'll spend something so you can cast Vivian.
Yep. Go on then. Let's see what our opponent's got.
I think they're going to Contempt your Squire.
No, cast down.
Okay, you had the read.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you get Vivian on an empty board, or empty-ish board.
Well, yeah, I get Vivian on a board where I'm the only one with... There's 2 Carnage Tyrants in my hand. I'm going to take the land so that we can just start casting Carnage Tyrants. I mean, you're not wrong, actually, Chris. That is the block of someone who does not have a Carnage Tyrant. Massive Contempt on the Vivian read. Yep.
My opponent used Vivian to kill my on Sarah's Wings earlier today. I was not happy.
So I was watching a Jim Davis video the other day, and he was playing like a red-black mid-range deck, and all I could think was, that looks so good with the spoilers that have just come out. Like, that's going to be a brilliant deck.
So it's the sort of deck that I think would do very well in best of 3, but not very well in best of 1.
Absolutely, totally agree. Like, totally agree. Okay, well, this now blocks my Carnage Tyrant, which is annoying. If we could just draw Vraska's Contempt, that would be brilliant.
How do you do it?
I don't actually know, but I know I'm very good at it. So we're going to attack everything at Vraska and then Contempt away the J-Lot Ranger so that the trample damage... Contempt away the Wildgrowth Walker so that the trample damage kills Vraska.
It's probably not worth... Oh, yeah. Is it worth attacking with the chips then?
To sell it.
Okay.
That this is an attack where I know I can't let Vraska sit on the board.
I mean, she's done nothing, but fair point.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually kind of fantastic. I'm assuming we don't bother holding up the next Vraska's Contempt. We just play the Carnage Tyrant. Yeah. We just slam. I've become prescient while playing Arena.
You clearly have.
Yeah. It's kind of amazing, actually. Send Wit Carnage Tyrants. Do not bother with Chupacabra. Protection against a Edict effect.
Yeah, agreed. Send with the Tyrants. Contempt something.
Probably, yeah. We'll see how they block.
Yeah. My guess is the 6/6 trades with 1, which means you get to kill the Wildgrowth Walker and keep 1.
Oh, they're just putting the Doom Whisperer on the Carnage Tyrant. Does that mean I bother killing the Doom Whisperer to get damage through, or do I just ignore it? I ignore it, don't I?
I think you ignore it.
Yeah, I just let this happen. Because I can play Seeker Squire and Memorial to Folly back the Carnage Tyrant.
Yeah, I think that's what you do.
And obviously our opponent's on a lot of life. Oh, I should have done that post. No, can we stop trying to tap? My Memorial to Folly, please, game. It was really good a few weeks ago where it, like... Oh, yeah, that's fine. Where it was like, oh, okay, utility lands. Do not tap them until the very last lands. And you're like, yes, good. And now it just seems to... It wants to hold my Detection Tower up and not my Memorial to Folly.
Interesting.
Should I be contempting this Wild Growth Walker?
I don't know. Part of me says yes, and part of me says do you need to hold it for Vivian? But I think you just kill the Walker now.
I think we just kill the Walker. Like, I
think
feel like
they've been protecting it.
Exactly.
They've been avoiding blocking with it.
Which means that there's another one on top of the library, but at least it's not already big.
Yeah.
They should bin that if they haven't got any explorers, they should definitely just bin that. Okay, if we could draw a find off the top here, that would be kind of insane.
So I wonder actually if you were supposed to let them get keep it so you could buy your Tyrant back that turn. I don't know.
Oh, that's why they were so happy to let the Doom Whisperer die. Okay.
Interesting.
Dang it. No find off the top there. We're going to send with the team, I think. Because they're probably just going to double block the Carnage Tyrant, right?
They're on 21. They might just eat your board. Then you've only
just
got
attack
one
with Carnage
creature left.
Tyrant then?
I think so. Like, it's a trade you're happy-ish with. I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, opponents definitely got a game plan here. They're gonna stall out as much as possible and then win with this stupid big flying dumb thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's unlikely to happen.
Right then, but we've got a Chupacabra on board, and if they kill that, then we just get to. Yeah, maybe Contempt was better as a combat trick, just to. But they weren't putting it up in combat. Okay, we've got like 10 billion different things in this deck that kills this guy. So if we could draw one of those, that would be.
Well, just buy back your Tyrant now, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are definitely just getting back Carney T. Carney T. My turn. That's annoying.
Easy.
If we
No, it's fine. Just trade off this Carnage Tyrant and then buy 2 back. I'm not entirely sure about attacking Carnage Tyrants into the boards. Like, you do have to trade them off. You either trade them off or you're sitting and waiting until you can draw your Find Finality to wrath the board with. So I think because the fact that we can buy at least one of them back means that I think the trades are okay.
Yeah, that's my feeling as well.
I mean, it is a difficult line. You're right. The Tyrant is worth more than those small things are, but
by a large margin. But you need to get rid of them. Okay, opponent's going aggro.
Okay, so that suggests
if they've got a J-Light Ranger in hand or 2 Explorers, that's super annoying. Vraska Relic Seeker left on top. Okay, well that's also pretty tilting. And they found their detection tower as well, which seems bad.
Well, they've only got one. Oh no! Well, I guess they've got the Vraska.
Yeah, exactly. They can play Vraska, and if they've got a land in hand, they can play Vraska and activate detection tower and kill the Carnage Tyrant.
So you could Finality, but it doesn't actually get you anywhere.
No, exactly. I think I meant to attack with the Carnage Tyrant to eat these 2 little things, and then I meant to find back Carnage Tyrant. And have we got a? No, we don't have a. I think I attack with Chups as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think means what we actually do is just attack with all.
Right, so part of the problem with waiting is you don't know if you're going to draw better than your opponents are.
Yeah, that's my opinion as well.
So we know that on board, I think you find, yeah.
Yeah, we find now, and we're getting Chups and Carnage Tyrant. Are we playing the Carnage Tyrant first?
We don't know the card in hand. I think you play Chups because I think you just want to get rid of that 6/6 so you don't take any more damage.
That's kind of my opinion as well.
Yeah. Okay, so if If both of our board states are exactly the same, then waiting behind the Carnage Tyrant rather than trading off with the board makes sense. The fact that we had a rebuy in our graveyard meant that we're okay to trade these off, because when all the on-board trades are made, we're left with the Carnage Tyrant and they don't have anything.
Okay, they don't have a land in hand.
Okay. Now, Vraska's a problem because of the detection tower.
Yes. Vraska's Contempt off the top would help us a lot here.
So I think maybe spending that Contempt earlier may have been an error.
I don't know. It didn't look like... And to be fair, Vraska has not been being played. And in fact, a lot of decks don't play the detection tower. So as much as I agree that if you're playing, a good version of the deck against Golgari, then that's what you're doing. Right, what are we attacking? Are we attacking them, or are we trying to get this Vraska off the board?
They've got way too much life. You've got to get rid of Vraska.
That's kind of my thinking as well.
The question is, do we have good attacks?
No, not really. We attack with both, though.
Just talk me through why you're attacking with both.
So if they block the Wildgrowth Walker on the Ravenous Chupacabra, then this lives and either knocks Vraska down to 1 or kills 2 of their creatures. If they block in any other manner, Chupacabra eats the creature and they still don't get to eat the Carnage Tyrant. So the chances are these 2 things are going in front of this Carnage Tyrant and we're eating a pirate with the Ravenous Chupacabra, which puts the Chupacabra back in our graveyard where we would prefer it.
Alright.
And if they don't block it, then it deals 2 damage.
So I agree, Evans. Maybe the attack into the other creatures wasn't the best. At the time, I thought we were ahead.
So did I.
So I thought we would make a good enough trade. Turns out we were wrong. So maybe it's something to revisit.
Carnage Tyrant that's mostly just dying to this Vraska.
And then J-Light, which is... You don't want that.
Graveyard. And they know about the land, so let's play the land. Well, I mean, also the fact is that when we attacked with the 7/6, I assumed that they wouldn't give us the trade, the 2 Carnage Tyrants. I assumed that they wouldn't give us the trade with the 6/6. I didn't think that was happening.
Well, no, we're talking about the subsequent turn now.
Yeah, I know, but the fact that one happened kind of suggested that my opponent was up to something with those creatures.
Yeah, which again means that our attack wasn't great.
Okay, well, that's not actually a card I wanted to draw in this situation.
Yeah. Well, still got to go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thrashy B.
It's better than the Wildgrowth Walker.
It's a lot better. It actually trades off with the Carnage Tyrant if they don't bother killing it with Vraska.
They should.
They should. They absolutely should. They should tick Vraska down, kill Thrashing Brontodon, and then kill my Vivian Reed. Or attack my Vivian Reed. At which point I think I throw the J-Light Ranger under the bus. Just to leave Vivian on 1 loyalty.
Well, J-Light then kills Vraska, so it's probably...
Oh, that's true. Oh, they're going up with Vraska. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
That's probably a removal spell in hand then. Yeah, but we didn't know what we were up against when we put Find on the bottom. No. With the Vivian Reed.
Vivian.
Yeah, that is the only thing that you actually see the other 3 cards. Okay.
The Find.
Yeah, opponent found their second find.
We are dead.
So dead.
Well, that's not very sensible. We'll just kill that.
Yeah.
And Vivian survives being attacked by a pirate, does she? I don't know. I'm confused.
I don't get what's up.
Didn't seem worth it.
No.
I think she has to go down, though.
Oh, yeah. I think opponent might be attempting to ultimate the Vraska, which...
I think they had a very easy line, which was kill the Bronstone, kill...
Vivian.
Well, yes, that does mean Vraska's dead. But with Find in Hand...
Well, no, it doesn't, because they'd already... Oh, no, they hadn't made a...
No, they had.
Tyrant, yeah. Yeah, but they had Find in Hand.
Yeah, exactly.
So they could have made blockers for Vraska. We were talking about it with an on-board thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know? We didn't know their hand.
Also, what are they digging for? They've got a Carnage Tyrant in hand.
No, they don't. It's a Jadelight Ranger.
Oh, is it Jadelight? Okay.
Yeah, we spewed some value in the early game, and it's cost me. Reaper's annoying, but not a massive problem.
I'm unlikely to be around Axion, sadly.
No, by dint of not... Well, we are so dead now. By dint of not being in London. I might be at Darksphere on the 5th. I actually need to message Alexi. Okay, and now they've seen the line, and now we are just dead. I might do Darksphere on the 5th. I need to message Alexi and see basically if there's coverage going on, because I'll be on coverage if that's a choice, if that's an option. Mm-hmm. Wow, we've played 4 and lost 4 tonight.
Damn.
Which is rough. Yeah, I need to know if I'm doing coverage. I don't think I am, so I guess I'm playing. Which means I kind of want to play. Hey, I look at it closer. I'm like 2 fines. I think we keep it, but
you keep, but it's not exciting.
It's not. I was going to say it's not good.
It's not bad though.
It's very close to being bad.
Yeah, have a good Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Chris. Okay. That's interesting.
Hey, Jack, you can cast Find now.
Thanks, Arena. Thanks, Arena, for telling me I can cast Find. Yeah, I figured. Oh, that's marginally interesting.
Kill it.
Oh, so much, yeah. Although I will say that most of my fear of just the Healer's Hawk comes from playing a lot of mono red Red Punisher in the last few days. Oh, Militia Bugler, you say?
Boo-boo.
Misses, you say?
Misses? Oh, man.
I'm not going to bother Chupacabring the Bugler.
I think you should. You've got 2 finds in hand.
You think? Okay.
Like, what else are you doing? If you tubes, then you can attack for 3.
Yeah, I suppose.
Place one first. I agree that it's not necessarily worth Chupacabring, but I think the fact that you have 2 finds in hand, you kind of want to turn them on.
Yeah, but they're perfectly good as finalities as well.
Yeah, but your opponent isn't doing anything. Yeah. Ooh, Aurelia. Like, you might be right.
Well, never mind, drew out of it, so...
Is that the line?
I'm not letting Aurelia live.
Fair enough.
But I think we do actually play the Llanowar Elves as opposed to attacking for
time,
1. Yeah. That's sweet F6 value.
I love some F6ing.
Tajik. Okay then. Are they attacking with him? Yeah, okay. No blocks.
Yep.
Boros Angels. It's been a while since we've seen that. This is a bit annoying.
I think it's Forest and pass turn.
Yeah. And then I think... I mean, this guy has first strike and he's going to be a 3-3.
It's gonna be great.
Ugh.
Yep.
And that was why I was so down on the idea of playing the second Chupacabra so early, because we can't race them. Like, we're not going to race them, and they've given their
No, but
Tajic first strike.
Your opponent is very quickly running out of things. Like, you're still okay, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You put it on the Tajic. What? He doesn't have first strike, does he?
He does now. It can give itself first strike.
Oh, is that what you paid the mana for?
Yeah.
Okay. Double block the 3/3 and chump Tajic. Oh, just Tajic has trample, right?
No. Oh, he does, yeah.
So double block the 3/3. And then... Or no, do you double block Tajic? Because then both of them die.
Double blocking doesn't do anything. We'd need to triple block.
Double block Tajic then. Oh no, I see what you mean.
No, that doesn't even do it.
No. Just block one on each then. You just want them both to die.
Yeah, we do. Double, because this gun's got first strike as well.
Yeah, I'm being a doofus.
Do I memorial, or do I just use find next turn?
No, you just use find.
Yeah.
Because if you draw a swamp, you can play them both. Well, can you play them both?
No.
Not quite. No. Anyway.
And then kill Aurelia, I'm assuming we're happy with that line?
Yep, definitely.
Good.
So...
My thinking is, if they play a big creature, we kill it. If they play a bunch of small creatures, we finality the board and have Chupacabra in hand. Please play that. Thank you. We get to finality and kill them this turn, basically.
So yeah, just block, preserve some life.
Yeah, we've definitely got 6 mana. I'm like, recount it.
Oh, look at that. No hexproof. How will we survive?
Do you want to put some +1/+1 counters on this creature that's still going to die? No!
I do. Just because,
just because you can. Oh,
ooh,
really?
Well, that's good.
That's an annoyingly reasonable top. I'm super glad we cleared the board last turn, though.
Yeah.
Vivian Reed or Tubes? Neither of these are particularly good targets.
But
I just want a
if
Vivian
you play
Reed.
it, yeah, all right. Yeah.
And I would like to add black mana, and I'd like to add colourless mana. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I couldn't keep any green up. That's annoying, but whatever. Let's tick her up and we'll see what we find.
Seeker Squire would be nice.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. But we'll take a Wildgrowth Walker instead, and hopefully we'll find a Seeker Squire next turn, or a Merfolk Branchwalker. Healer's Hawk, you say? That's getting chuppa-chupsed.
I mean...
Jailor Ranger, okay, we can take a Forest here, and it's good. That Forest seems real good.
It does.
Can we do all of the things? No, not quite.
But you can do the important things.
Wild Growth into Jade Light, yeah.
Yep.
One short. I'm
not even sure you want Chupacabra. Ooh, that seems good.
That seems good against them. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That is why the deck is called anti-white, green-black. Because it's meant to do that. Cool.
Wow. That's pretty solid.
Let's purchase some packs while we're here. Let's get some Dominaria going. Let's see if we can get some Cheney boys.
Lovely.
Nope. Territorial Allosaurus.
That's playable. Wait.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's vaguely playable.
Yeah, I think it is.
So the rankings don't mean anything, do they, at the moment?
Not a massive amount. So you will be getting rewards at the end of the season.
Oh, is that what it does?
Yeah. Oh, I need to go into constructed here. But it's like the rewards are pitiful, you know.
Well, the season's been very short, hasn't it?
This season will be one of the 48 days. The preseason is going to be 48 days long in the end.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I think it's a pretty long one. And, you know, you get to Mythic and it's like, okay, I have 5 packs and 1,000 gold. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, fair point.
You know, like, these rewards are extremely minor.
Yeah. Well, I guess it means you're not incentivized to play and then stop playing once you hit a good rank. Fair enough.
But, I mean, even if you don't play, you still get a pack at the end of the season.
That's pretty cool.
It's interesting. Simeon believes that this isn't going to be our way of actually qualifying for the Mythic Championships. And if it isn't, and I get to play best of 3 to qualify, or try to qualify, obviously try to qualify, I'm fine with it. But if this is, and we're best of 1 to qualify for the MCs, I'm really concerned.
So...
Or are you with Simeon that you don't mind best of 1 that much?
No, I've been playing it a lot all day today, and I hate it.
Yeah.
I know people like it. I know it's fast and it's snappy, but I'd rather.
It's not magic.
It's not magic.
Yeah.
I think that
this is a mull or a keep. This is.
It's a Morgan.
Yeah, I thought so.
You have to pay 2 life.
There we go.
1/3. Yeah.
That's a keep. That's a straight up sneep. We'll bottom that one though.
Yeah. So I think that the way it's going to work is they won't they won't put you directly into the mythics from here, but they will have some kind of MOX style system where or an online PTQ style system. Where you'll enter into a tournament, and that tournament will be best of 3, and that best of 3 will determine whether you get in or not. Personally, I would like it if the way you qualified for your qualifier was best of 3.
Yes. Agreed. Okay, so we play the Wildgrowth Walker and the Memorial to Folly this turn, or do we play the Thrashing Brontodon? I think we play the Wildgrowth Walker.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's
you
the
want
one.
the Memorial in play.
I was just like, so the theoretical line and the reasoning behind my actual question was, I think opponent probably has History of Benalia, and Thrashing Brontodon will at least trade off with History of Benalia tokens. But if we can get the Wildgrowth Walker up to 3/5, that does the same job. Yeah. Oh, that's annoying. But do still have this Thrashing Brontodon in hand.
Is it better than Jade Light Ranger? Do you need the life?
I want to play Thrashing Brontodon, block with it, and then get back my Wildgrowth Walker.
Okay.
I know that seems a little greedy, but I do think that the life gain from this deck, because they can go pretty aggro.
If you think it matters, then this is a good line. Like I said, I'm still pretty ignorant, so...
You haven't played much of this standard, have you?
Exactly.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I've still got, most of your red deck.
Mm-hmm.
There's the history. We knew that was happening.
Pretty sure you're still popping for the wild growth.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we can Jade like Ranger and the Wild Growth Walker becomes bigger than the Thrashing Brontodon straight away.
Yep.
They won't attack you. Yeah.
So I've got a question for you, Jack.
Go on.
And now this is my opinion, it's not a confirmed fact. 2 of the mechanics from Ravnica Allegiances were inspired from a single set. What was that set?
Theros.
Which Theros set?
I did not play during Theros, so that question is unfair.
But
Raya is tribute.
Yep.
Just reversed. And
Bennett.
Yeah, that's a graveyardable card. Been that one too. And,
you maybe should have kept that one.
And then the Azorius mechanic, they had a Wrath that had a very similar.
There was a whole cycle. Actually.
Was there a cycle of them? Okay, it was only the Wrath that ever saw much constructed play, though, right?
Yeah, correct.
So I know the Wrath because I'd never played during the limited format. But yes, it was like as soon as that one came out, I was like, oh, that deck used to be a thing as well.
Yeah,
okay, now we need a board wipe. Do we contempt the Tristani when they attack?
Let's have a think. So the tokens become 5/4s.
The knights become 5/4s, yes.
So if you kill Trostani, then you can. Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah, I think we're just.
The Wild Growth Walker will live, and then you get to gain 6 more life. So yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah.
So, Fanatic of Xenagos.
Yeah, that was the one that I was thinking of.
Very close to being good.
It was just the fact that it was a Punisher style mechanic that, and I actually, so I wanted to talk about this properly. I love both Tribute and Riot because they've still got some play for us in franchise players, but what they do for newer players is they say, right, what is your plan? Is this game going to go long or is this game going to go short? Because you're either going to give your opponent a short-term advantage and hopefully not a long-term one. And so in that instance, if you're picking it and you think the game's going to go short, you go, I'll have the short-term advantage. Okay, opponent is marching main phase?
Lol.
What is up?
Kill that Trostani. Kill it now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but...
And hope you can survive the flourish.
Yeah.
That's clearly what this is.
Oh, if only we had some more mana. No.
You just got to put things into the way of it. I think.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And we're also just binning anything that's not a land.
Yep.
Play out this Llanowar Elves, and I think that Llanowar Elves is hopefully not going to get into combat.
We will see what they do.
Because it's you know, you go, okay, do I get a short-term advantage or a long-term advantage? And that sort of, oh, come on! Come on! You rat gits!
Well, you're not dead yet.
No, I know, I'm not. And
you even get to keep a Jade Light, which is pretty sweet.
Opponent is also drawing main phase, which is interesting. Like, they should be flunging here.
I mean, you are on 33 life.
Okay, well, I'm going to Finality and save a Jade Light Ranger and...
Laugh maniacally.
Yeah, kinda. Yes, I do want to do that.
Attack.
And look, they're both back to their starting life totals. Charg for 3! Despite the fact that we've got 4 counters on each of our creatures. Well, I've got a Contempt in hand, so it's fine.
It also does literally nothing.
No, it does not a great deal against me. Just
Can
Charg?
you play Vivian? No.
No, can't cast Vivian, but we're playing the Llanowar Elves this turn.
Yeah, definitely attack.
Like, they can't kill either of my creatures, and neither of these is dealing me 33 next turn.
That's what you think.
Alright, yeah, that is actually the correct line. They should take 4 and then block the 6.
Yep.
With the indestructible creature. But they should have blocked first, because I could have gone, okay, Contempt it.
I mean, that would have been funny.
It would have been
Bad.
super funny, but let's play this Llanowar Elves out.
This is where Vivian shows us 4 forests.
Oh, I don't even know if Vivian's for play next turn.
You're not right.
Ajani. Hello, Ajani.
Reanimate my...
Nope.
No.
I don't even think they've got anything that can be reanimated.
They do. No.
No, they've got precisely nothing that can be reanimated. Okay, then. Well, Brass's Contempt one of the Adanto Vanguard and attack for lethal.
Well, is it lethal?
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you do that. Yeah, so Riot is a great mechanic.
Yes, absolutely
Haste
agreed.
is super powerful. The counter's really cool. There's a lot you can do with it. It's really cool. I have a question for you.
Go on.
About the way it's templated.
Okay, I haven't actually looked at it. Let's get into that. Let me see if I can bring up one of the Riot cards here quickly. And in there. Nope. So go on, be talking about it while I find a Riot card.
So the way Riot's worded is it says, as this creature enters the battlefield, you may put a +1/+1 counter on it. If you don't, it has haste. Something like that. The fact that it's worded as this creature ETBs means it doesn't use the stack. So as the creature resolves, it either has a counter or it has haste. Now, there's 2 interpretations as to why they've done this. Well, no, there's more than 2. But one suggestion is it makes online play smoother.
I can believe that.
What it certainly does is it makes Riot much stronger, because you don't have any of this. My 3/3 enters the battlefield. I'm going to put a counter on it. Well, before you do that, I'll lightning strike it. It just enters a 4/4.
Yes.
So it kind of has that aspect of it. So by removing it as a triggered ability, you have reduced the complexity slightly, and you've reduced the chance for your opponent to interact with you slightly.
Yeah.
And I wondered if you had any opinions on whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, or just not a thing.
Okay, so the reduced complexity thing is fine by me. So the fact that it enters the battlefield the way it does means that you can't miss the trigger. Your opponent can't be like, oh, you didn't say what it was, you missed the trigger. There's less of that being a chance that can actually being a thing that can actually come up, because the judge will just turn around and go, no, it enters like this, they get to pick. There's no, oh, they didn't say, or I did say questions. So for tournament play, I think this is actually an improvement for rules interaction things. For it entering the battlefield and you not being able to interact with it as easily, I quite like that. But that's because I'm the sort of player who enjoys casting their spells, and if they resolve, having them do the things that they're meant to do. You know,
so I can't decide because I remember with Angel of Invention there was often an interesting point of with the fabricate trigger what were you supposed to do. And
Are you meant to
I know
shock it now and they definitely get the 1/1s, or are you meant to let them choose whether they get the 1/1s?
Yeah,
You know.
so I know it's a slightly different scenario because it is just a counter or haste, and I think it's probably okay. My read on it is it's a change made to make online play better.
Yeah.
Rather
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah. And look, if we're really being serious, I kind of feel that's a change they should have made years ago.
well,
Like,
it's not all scenarios work, right? Like
no,
this is one that
no,
specifically works for it.
and don't get me wrong, there are cards that are still worded awkwardly, and it's like, no, this is how they have to be worded. Like, this is how this has to work. But you don't want to have. It's kind of weird. You do want to reduce clicks. You don't want to reduce thinking. So yeah, I get it.
I think the change is fine, and I think it's fine that it's not a trigger. I think it will confuse people because people are used to having triggers. Like enters the battlefield with is very unusual in Magic, though it is something I expect we'll be seeing more of. Yeah, I do like the set design. I think they've done a very good job with the mechanics.
No, absolutely. Alex, we're going to have to take a very, very quick break. I need to help Helen sort out some dinnering things, so we will be right back, folks.
Alrighty.
And yeah, like it's a 2 minutes.
Well, I mean, I might go get some food, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be back when you get back then.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Bye.
Right, we are back. Sorry about that, folks. I happen to be in the room where the pumpkins are being kept. We needed pumpkins. So, yeah. Right. Let's play it again. Oh, actually, let's... can I... Yeah, that'll do. Trying to get the music on while Alex is away, but it's not having it. Yeah, we'll keep this. It's not an excited hand, but we've got a ton of explorers in the deck we can find. And obviously this is theoretically a turn 3 Vivian read. And Alex is back. Let him do his rustling. Hey, Alex. Right. I think you're ordering in then, mate. Ban? Is this like land things? Oh, God, no. Not again. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. Okay, do I Vivian Reed kill that Gift of Paradise? Yeah, I know, right? For duress, it's just like, oh, screw you and your weird linear combo deck. Ho 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 ho! Did not have land number 4. Oh yeah, absolutely you are. Absolutely you are. Yeah, that's what I thought. Gift. Yeah. No, yeah, you definitely want to be as linear as possible, as weird and outlandish as possible as well. Well, the lands do nothing for us, but Wildgrowth Walker isn't exactly fantastic, but we'll take it, we'll play a Memorial, and we'll play a Thrashing Brontodon, and we'll attack. But yes, because, you know, as you say, the things that I normally get access to that would deal with nonsense, I don't have. Opponent is charting a course. Negate goes in the graveyard. They found that land. They shopped for it. Okay, I reckon they've got a seal away. Or a fog, yeah. Of course. I don't know, they're at 13 and they're going to be taking out... Are they? Yeah, they're at 11 in fact. Carnage Tyrant? It doesn't hurt, it doesn't hurt. Help, it doesn't hurt. I'm going to send here. No. If I had Jade Lighted, would it have been lethal? Dang. Dang. Shouldn't have played the Carnage Tyrant. Shouldn't have bothered playing the Carnage Tyrant. I mean... Yeah. You have to craft them. You can't open them. What do you mean? Have you not seen Wildcards? I'll show you in a minute. Let's just take... I'm glad we both agree on that. Let's hold distraction. Oh no. Yeah, Root Snare. Nope. pretty one. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, for a mythic wild card. Yeah. And this is the problem. We don't have any burn, and we also don't have duress to go and... Oh, well, they didn't find what they needed. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Screw you and your taking turns deck. Yeah, don't care. That's the way taking turns should go. Frickin' Nexus of Fate. Such a dumb Magic card. I was like, yeah, the approach of the Second Sun's rotated out. Oh, damn it. Simeon is reaching goal 2 again. We just dropped out a bit about half an hour ago. So yeah, go on then. What else are we? What else are we talking about? Yeah. And they aren't necessarily allied or enemy. Oh, Alex is muted. Sorry, you might have to say a lot of that again, mate, because I unmuted the wrong thing.
God damn it! Well, hello, Simeon, and anyone else present. I was just explaining to Jack how when the design team at Wizards have done a very good job, I think, on allegiances, because I think when you look at the design brief their bosses gave them. They were the kind of the normal rule is we'll make 3.5 mechanics in a set, but we want you to do 6 mechanics this time around, and you normally get to spread those mechanics over all the colors. But this time just limit them to your color pairs. And by the way, you only get 5 color pairs, not 10, so they have to be deeper than normal. And like on top of all of that, Ravnica is super popular, so don't mess it up. Yeah.
You're playing with a lot of people's favourite planes.
Yeah. So what they've had to do when designing the set is what they did well in the Ravnica, Guild of Ravnica, was make sure that the mechanics overlap, and they're also not they have to be lower complexity mechanics than we're used to seeing.
Yes.
Which is why people are upset about Simic and Azorius mechanics, is because really, you want most sets want to have 3 mechanics with one complex one medium one, and one super simple one.
Yeah.
And this time we've got a mechanic for each guild plus split cards. Which is why adapt is super simple. It's do my adapt thing, whatever. It's why the Azorius one, which is called Addendum.
Yes, Addendum. Which I think is a brilliant name for it.
It's perfect. So Addendum basically says...
if you do it on your turn.
If you cast this instant speed spell during your
sorcery?
main phase...
Yeah, it is in your main phase, yeah. It's not at
sorcery.
it's not at sorcery, but it is in your main phase, yeah.
Yeah. You get the spell's effect is changed slightly. So the example was 2 white, blue, draw 2 cards. If you do it during your main phase, you gain 2 life as well. So, I've spoken to a few of my friends. They're not very happy about it. I think from a preview season perspective, that should not have been the last mechanic. They should have saved the Gruul one, because the Gruul one is the best mechanic.
Yes.
They should have saved that for today. But just in terms of the overlaps are really cool. You're playing Simic, you have Adapt. Well, that makes +1/+1 counters. Well, the Gruul Riot mechanic
also
+1/+1
yeah.
counters on its creatures. And they've already hinted that there'll be some effects that allow you to take counters off creatures for some value. So if there are green creatures that do that, then you've got an overlap there. You can already see Zagana, Utopia Speaker, give creatures with +1/+1 counters trample. So if you're playing a Teamer deck in Sealed or whatever, then you know that Zagana will help you to... it gives you an incentive to riot your creatures larger rather than faster because they'll have trample. So that's a nice little overlap. But also, if Azorius is kind of controlling instant speed, the instant speed nature of Adapt works really well with a deck that's got a lot of instant speed effects.
Yes. Yeah.
The same true for Spectacle as well.
Yes. Yeah. No, absolutely.
Like kind of Aftermath giving you flying creatures helps you peck in to help to do a little chip shot to cast your Spectacle cards. And Rule is just big, so you're going to damage your opponent. And
I'm assuming have trample to again evasive, get the damage in so that you can trigger Spectacle and.
Yeah, so I think they've done a really good job with the overlapping of the mechanics, and I think now the question is just down to how well
the individual cards run, basically. Like the mechanics on them, we're like, okay, this is all reasonable, and now it's like, are the cards going to stack up?
I mean, I'd argue that the mechanics mesh better than the Guilds one did, because Mentor didn't really mesh with any of the mechanics.
No, it didn't. It really didn't.
Neither did Convoke.
No, but Convoke was a classic mechanic, and I think people wanted to see it back.
As it went, the Convoke played really well. Mentor played really well, and Undergrowth was not as good as we felt it should have been. I think
that's because we had like classic Magic player brain on, where it's like, oh yeah, messing around in your graveyard is an inherently broken thing to do. So if we get to do that, and Wizards are like, actually, we've fixed that, so now it's not entirely broken and is actually just a lot more fair because we haven't given you silly things to do. They're all just reasonable things, except that instead of, say, counting the number of lands that you have or the number of instants or sorceries that you've played, it's just creatures in your graveyard. And that's, that's not a thing that you can muck about with too much.
Yeah. But I think from a design perspective, 3 of the 5 mechanics overlapped in Guilds.
Yes.
I mean, the Jumpstart worked very well in aggressive Boros decks because they want ways to turn lands into something useful. So it worked very well.
Yes.
But it's not an inherent overlap. I feel like here, Afterlife and Addendum don't overlap at all.
Nope.
But all of the others, you can see some overlap in their abilities.
So if if you try and make the 3 color decks in say the limited format for each of them, you go, okay, so we've got Spectacle, Adapt, Riot, Afterlife, and Addendum. And it's like, how do each of them interact with each other? And really, Addendum is the only one that I think it's just on its own entirely. Like, I don't think it interacts particularly.
Well, the fact that Adapt is instant speed means that it does interact a little, because I'm expecting to see slightly higher than normal amount of flash creatures, so that you get enough Addendum existing. I mean, that is maybe pushing it a little bit. But,
I mean, you're suggesting how you would go about doing this. Obviously, we don't necessarily know that that's going to happen.
Agreed.
But
one thing that is interesting to look at is you have Riot, which is inherently aggressive because it gives creatures haste, and haste is very powerful. And you have Spectacle, which rewards you for damaging your opponent. On the other side of the battlefield, on like the Simic side, you have this very slow ability, which is pump a load of mana to grow my creature permanently. So one thing that will be interesting to figure out from a limited perspective is whether you have enough time for Adapt to be good, or whether it kind of the aggression from those other colours really makes it difficult.
Yeah. That's, and I mean, as you were saying, if you play a teamer deck, you can have all of these like things coming together. If they do all care about +1/+1 counters, then Adapt and Gruul and Riot work really nicely together. It's just the only card that we've seen so far that cares about +1/+1 counters specifically is Zagana, and she's a rare, obviously.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see a lot more.
No, me too. I agree. It's just, we're fairly early on in the spoiler season, and like you say, you would put in a lot of flash so that Addendum feels a lot more impactful, and I'm saying like we'd need more creatures that care about +1/+1 counters, and we'd need ways of moving those +1/+1 counters around to have Teamer sort of start flowing together.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when you get into the Jund thing, it already obviously, as you say, works together. So it's like that one is super obvious that it works together and that it's, relatively easy to see how. It's just now you're sort of like, okay, I don't need to seed specific cards. And I think the other thing is the other deck that I'm like the Mardu sort of thing. If you have Mardu going on, again, as you say, your opponents can't always stop all the damage, and you just end up with a really wide board state because you've got all of these tokens floating around because your creatures have had to die twice for them to stop them dealing damage to you, and then you get to spectacle things out and blah blah blah, and that's again relatively easy to see how that's going to work. And as soon as you try and put what's the other colours we're trying to deal with here? Sorry, I'm like
So
we've got the Mardu Red
mesh.
Bant. Yeah, Bant doesn't mesh. That's the one that I was thinking of. Bant is not really.
And Esper doesn't mesh either, apart from the fact that you have these creatures which are trying to give you a grindy board state, and blue-white which loves to control. So
yeah. So but and again, it's just Addendum, right? It's just the fact that Addendum works within the card itself, and it works within your play style of the deck. I think Addendum works really nicely if you're not playing if you're not playing an instant speed control deck. If you're playing a tap out control deck, now you're just going, oh, I just get extra stuff for doing exactly what I wanted to do. I wasn't planning on playing counter spells. I wasn't planning on playing instant speed removal. I want to play Wraths, and I want to play draw spells, and I might as well play them all at sorcery speed.
Well, my take is that the Addendum mechanic will be interesting to play in Limited, but will have almost no
impact in Constructed. Yeah.
There might be one card, like they previewed this Mythic Time Twister. It's like, I don't see that seeing play in Constructed. But if you have some effect like that, then possibly.
Rescue Whale is 7 mana, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that Bolus's Horns coming out of emergency powers?
It is indeed. Yeah, so I guess he gives some people some emergency powers.
Well, yes.
Because he starts losing, because we all expect him to lose but not die here. So yeah, emergency powers on your turn, draw 7, put Nezahal on the battlefield, and go, I've still got 6 cards in hand. I've got 2 activations at least of flickering my Nezahal.
I mean, that's okay, but
it's 2 really not great cards coming together to make one okay package. So it's like, yeah.
Teferi is still legal.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why would you be doing any of these complex things when you can just go, I'm just going to play Teferi?
Yeah.
Because Teferi's broken.
And Dovenbarn.
Hopefully Dovenbarn gets a decent Planeswalker this time round.
So I think... Okay, so if I were Wizards R&D, I would be tempted to put Dovin Barn at 5 mana.
Just to
So
make
you won't-
there be an actual clash of interest between that and Teferi. You couldn't just go, I'm just going to run the lot.
Yeah, so you've got two options. You either say we want Devon to be played, you put him at 4 mana, and you make him a utility walker, which is what I would like, because then I get to play Esper Super Friends. I think the safer choice is you put him at 5 mana, he sees no play until Teferi rotates out, and then when Teferi rotates, Devon comes in.
Yep.
Or they do what they did with Tezzeret, where Dovan actually push you towards playing an artifact-based strategy, but that seems really loose when we're in a multicolored set.
Find on top or in the graveyard here? We're up against either Control or Drakes. I think I want it on top.
I think you want it on top. I think it's an effect you need.
Yeah, me too.
And you've got the Jade Light to draw you more lands next
That's
time.
kind of my thinking.
Yeah.
But watch it get countered here.
Swing for 2. So, I think... if I were designing with that can go in the bin.
Yeah. There's a land. Nice.
So if I were designing
And
this
it's black
set
source. Excellent.
with kind of constructed...
Opponent's off it.
That looks really easy. Like, constructed control decks in mind. I would print a board wipe in black-white. Because at the moment, Jeskai has access to Ral's Revelation. And, like, the burn removal.
Rouse Revelation?
Expansion Explosion.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And has access to cheap, like, to Clarion. But the big one, what's it called? Not Planar Outburst.
Cleansing Nova?
Cleansing
No.
Nova.
The one that can do artifacts or enchantments or creatures.
Yeah. Like, that's fine. But I think...
This is a keep, I think. It's not...
Yeah.
It's a bit annoying, but it's a
I
keep.
think you want to try to create a difference for Esper versus Jeskai.
The fuck? The fuck?
What are you doing? Oh, I see.
Opponent just turn one duressed me.
Hey, they know what they want to do. Yes, this is great. Is this chromatic black?
I really fucking hope not, but you're probably right.
I hope it is.
It's gonna be. And again, this is another one of those decks that you can go in the graveyard. That is fine, but not good in best of 3, and in best of 1 looks completely insane. Like, if I had the bits for this, I would totally build it, because you still get to play with a sideboard.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Oh no, Isolated Chapel, Duress. I found a cast down. You got to take the cast down. I'm really confused as to what's going on right here. Well.
Yeah, just play Landmore Elves.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
So
it's all good.
I would.
Opponent doesn't have any planeswalkers apart from a Ajani available to them, do they? There's no mono white, and there's no and Liliana, I suppose, but there's no Orzhov planeswalker at the moment.
No.
Okay. What are they planning on winning with? Unless this is Esper control.
I mean, Josuvas is pretty decent.
Yeah, but to be good, he has to be kicked. Okay, where is my Thrashing Brontodon? Where is my Thrashing Brontodon?
So, I think
yeah.
Kaya will. So one of the two walkers that they're making, Kaya or Dovan, will have to not be control orientated. Oh,
there's my Brontodon.
Um,
Here's the point at which they wrath me, and I'm just like, yep, sad.
So like I could see Kaya being like a white weenie type thing. I don't think she makes any sense, like flavorfully, to be like a white weenie, like vampires, like support card. Because she's meant to be a ghost assassin, I think. So I think she's supposed to just. Ooh, that was a 4-for-1.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was happening.
So it feels right to me that she would be a controlling card.
Yeah.
But then the question becomes, what is Dovin doing? Which is why I think he'll be at 5, so that you don't want to play him with the fairy.
Okay, so my opponent cast 3 duress against my mostly creature deck and hit 3 times.
Hey, they're powerful. Powerful wizards. Well, kill it.
I mean, they knew it was going to happen, so they're like, okay, well, we might as well force this before we take too much more damage, but...
Oh, that seems horrendously wrong. Like, they had to burn a treasure, which is a whole card. Like, that's...
Yeah, yeah, of course they did. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, it was not good by Iran standards. So, yeah, I kind of see them trying to set up Esper and Jeskai based on the walkers as being 2 different things.
I think we're getting this Thrashing Brontodon back and killing this Argyle's Bloodfast.
That seems pretty decent. Or if not decent, then necessary. In terms of other archetypes from the new set, red-green is going to be real. Whether it's just red-green or whether it is red-green.
I'm just doing this now because I don't want... They get to draw 1 card here.
Rather than many.
Rather than 5 next... 4. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just right.
Yeah.
So... Okay, if we
yeah.
get a green-red monsters list, what would we want to pair it with? Is there anything good currently in like Naya or Jund colours? Or I suppose Teema, but that's a bit of a stretch.
So you're like, what's the third colour that's going with red-green to make a big monsters deck? Is that what you're working on?
Yeah, like if you assume that Riot is very good,
and
that you want to make a monsters deck, and you assume Domri was good. Domri was very good in his last iteration.
Yeah.
So if you assume those things are true, you have things like Regisaur Alpha and Charging Monstrosaur and Sarkhan, I guess.
Carnage Tyrant.
So you have this kind of shell already, and it might be that you just keep a green-red shell and you add in a couple of new pieces.
Yeah. I mean, I quite like it just being green-red, but you do get to pick up things like, say, I think we're forced to get back a J-Light Ranger here. End of theirs to just dig. You get to... Sorry. What's that? Oh yeah, we can just get it back and play it this turn.
Yeah.
No, well, we'll do that. Yeah, so... the Red Green's Monsters deck is so nearly there, but you do get to pick up Midnight Reaper in black if you get that, and that helps insulate you against Wrath effects.
I feel like actually... Oh, that seems good.
That seems great. Yeah, all right.
So I actually think that the maybe the biggest winner is Mono Green Stompy.
As in, it splashes into...
Well, so you get Breeding Pool, right? I don't know if you spend that now. They spent 3 Duresses already.
The chances of them having another one is very minimal.
Yeah, maybe just sit on it until something that you want to buy back is dead.
Okay. Well, I feel like we're getting settled here. But I guess that at least gets 2 lands out of my deck. Oh, yeah. never mind.
I would hold the finality.
Yeah, I feel holding the finality's fine.
So I think mono green Stompy was really good previously, and then it lost Heart of Kieran and Ronas and stuff.
Well, that's a fine how'd you do. We're going to get back Thrashing Brontodon and kill that.
Seems good. Yeah, just do that.
Yeah, let's just do it right now. We're going to get Branch Walker. There's no other explorers in here.
Yeah, got to be that then. So, yeah, the mono green deck, like I think partly where it loses out is not being able to easily splash for Dispel or negate. We don't have Dispel, do we?
Dispel. No, we use Spell Pierce at the moment.
And negate.
And negate, obviously, yes.
So if you add Breeding Pool...
no Seal Away, surprising.
Suddenly you get Breeding Pool plus Hintland Harbour.
And
then if you have any mono green creatures with Riot that are probably 3 mana, or if there's a half decent...
Am I meant to play this Carnage Tyrant? Opponent is at lethal on board. Let's attack first. They played Define Visitation.
Oh.
The other half of the combo.
Yes.
I'm just a little bit worried about them just going Cleansing Nova.
I feel like if they had it, they'd have done it by now.
Yeah, I feel you're right. So does that mean I just play this Carnage Tyrant?
Nah, just play the Branch Walker.
Yeah.
You want to present lethal through a Contempt, I think, if you can.
Moment of Craving. That's somewhat annoying, but whatever. We could now also still just play the Carnage Tyrant, which would be lethal through a Contempt. But this is technically lethal right now. Oh no, it isn't, because they've got Fountain of Renewal.
Yeah, do it. Present lethal. So I have mono green Stompy as a big winner, dependent on kind of what they are able to print in the set. I do think that some kind of red green. Fuck. You did call it. Some kind of red green deck with Domri will exist.
Yep.
Because Domri will be good enough. Like Domri plus Vivian will I assume, be pretty decent.
And they found a Memorial to Glory. So they're getting 2 4/4s this turn.
But how? Okay, we were probably greedy with the Carnage Tyrant.
I don't know, like, we had to lethal them eventually.
Yeah.
And the Fountain of Renewal was gaining them enough life to live through that turn.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't actually think we were.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But I need them to stop making tokens now.
Attack?
Oh, yeah, we're sending here.
Please block. Please.
There's an instant speed token maker, isn't there? At the moment, it's like 3 mana.
I think it's a sorcery.
Okay. I mean, I know there is a sorcery that makes vampires, obviously.
Yeah, I thought Sworn Companions was a sorcery.
I think you're right. I think it is.
To Google, let us consult the mighty decked.
So we just die, basically. Unless we draw something good. Oh, and they've found another Memorial to Glory. That's just excellent.
That turned around, didn't it? Wow.
No, I felt like they were in the driver's seat the entire game.
Yeah,
enough. Okay, cool. You know what? We're done.
Sworn Companions is a sorcery.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting.
But
opponent managed to find enough Memorials to Glory that
we don't.
That their Divine Visitation managed to work. Sometimes I'm like, I don't even understand Magic. Because that shouldn't have worked.
Sure. How many times do you think they've lost for that time that they beat you?
Yeah, well, that is kind of my question. Why are you playing a deck that loses like that? But this is a good hand. We keep this.
Yeah.
This is possibly turn 3 Vivian Reed, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, first question is whether that's good.
Well, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
the Phoenix decks...
Oh, this is the freaking taking turns deck again, isn't it?
Well, in that case, a quick Vivian is good.
Or not. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Vivian Reed? Opponent's done nothing.
Jade Light.
You think?
It puts the most power on the board. If your opponent's doing nothing, you want to apply pressure to the life total. And it might draw you a tap land. Whereas Vivian Reed, I don't think she does anything. Does she?
Well, she gets value, but yeah, she doesn't do a massive amount on the board.
This puts a load of pressure on your opponent to do something.
Yeah, alright. Let's graveyard the Wild Growth Walker. This is clearly not an aggro matchup. Okay, we could have done with a Black Source there, but we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Opponent's still not doing anything.
So why did they keep their hand? Interesting.
Ban.
Oh no, you're right. It is ban.
And now I'm going to be punished for not playing my Vivian Reed on time.
I don't know. Like, I think you just don't play it into a counterspell.
Well, let's attack with the Wild Growth Walker, the J-Light Ranger, and one of the Llanowar Elves then.
Yeah.
They're going to settle me here, and I'm going to go get 3 swamps. It's going to be great. Haha, I was Golgari all along.
You are so sneaky.
None of these are useful.
The Memorial is the best.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I think
Tethers? No, gifting. Okay, well we're gonna
be very good.
We're gonna blow that up.
Yep. That find is looking super powerful.
Yeah, right. So good right now.
So yeah, do you think they'll be able to print enough Merfolk that Merfolk Tribal will be?
I think it's ridiculously close right now. Like, I think it is very close to being quite good right now. And I think the number that they have to print is way smaller than you might imagine.
Interesting.
Okay. This is annoying.
So,
Jade lights.
Yeah.
It's
So
the
I'd imagine
only light I know.
I'd imagine that vampires will get a few Ozob things as well.
Yes.
An opportunity there.
Yeah. Well, we're going to leave you on top because you're a spell.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's better than most options.
You're not a good spell, but you are a spell.
Attack!
Charg! Fear my mediocre beats!
I mean, those blades make him look pretty terrifying.
Yeah, right? And here's a 1/1.
Like, would you rather face, like, based on art alone, would you rather face him or Jade Light Ranger?
Jade Light Ranger's got 2 swords as well.
Does it? Show me.
Yeah, she's got a dagger in each hand.
Yeah, but she's not as moody.
You're right. She is.
Or she's just further away. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he is really close. She's quite far away. I'd probably take the Jade Light Ranger.
You've got more distance between you.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to run a really long way to get to me. Yeah, okay. Opponent's playing a 7-mana Explore here.
They have printed a new Explore.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. Instant speed as well. Simeon's really excited.
I like the way they've just altered the wording slightly.
Yeah.
Just to make it a little cleaner. It's nice. It's marginally worse, but...
Yep. You play your 7-mana Explorer's opponent. That seems good.
Like, I haven't fixed it because it still says my turn.
Yeah, I know. That's because WotC continually underestimates how many people want to durdle with Nexus of Fate.
I mean, you did say the magic word there.
Yeah, it began with a D and Alex went all shivery.
Ooh.
What do you mean? I don't have to win until turn 25.
Oh, that is the problem with the deck, though. Well, no, actually, no.
Okay, they've been to settle the wreckage to Chemist's Insight.
Most of the time you win is through Rage Quit, so I'm in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a fairy.
Kill him now.
Oh, yeah, he is
right
dying now. As soon as he ticks up. Bye-bye to fairy. Screw you. You're a broken magic card.
Only a lot.
Only enough to make it into Legacy.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a not really, but kind of almost budget Miracles list.
Oh, what? I'm assuming for Legacy rather than Modern.
For Legacy.
Yeah, okay.
It was running Detection Tower?
Yeah, I guess.
It's a unique effect.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, in case they're trying to win with...
Who knows?
Yeah, who even knows anymore?
Who knows? So the deck was playing 2 Jace 1 Teferi.
Tubes? No.
Bennett, you've got a find that's doing nothing. So
yeah, exactly. If we need tubes, we can find it back or we can memorial it back. It doesn't...
Yeah, exactly. The only dual land they played was a Tundra, and I thought I could just play Hallowed Fountain.
I mean, yeah.
So, like, realistically, the only cards that I don't have that cost anything would be 3 Flusterstorms, which is expensive, 2 Force of Wills, which is expensive, and a Jace, which is expensive. Like,
do you not own a Jace? Oh, do you need the 4th one? Oh,
I would need the 2nd one. I'm kind of kicking myself.
I think Vivian's ticking down.
Oh, yeah, she is. That thing has to die.
There's nothing in here worth getting back. No, okay. Moto Bug.
Yep. What do you mean, Moto Bug?
We binned a Chupacabra, we drew a Chupacabra.
Oh, well. You can cast it.
Yeah, I think I am.
Oh, I like that animation. I like how her.
Oh, the like arrow, like thump. You're like,
yeah, that's really cool.
Gotcha. It is, isn't it? Let's attack him, get settled again.
I agree.
Root Snare. Fine.
It's much better.
Nah, I would have liked finning my deck, actually.
No, because this means they need to have another spell next turn.
Yeah, you're
Also,
not wrong. You're not wrong.
That was super premature as well.
Yeah, right? You're at 13, take 7 all day. All day, take 7.
All day.
Anticipate.
Yeah, so I looked at it and thought I annoyed that I sold my Monastery Mentors. But yeah, like the deck looks pretty sweet.
Well, okay, I'll get back a Jadelight Rager with my Memorial to Folly, which is doing nothing otherwise.
Seems decent.
Oh, they just shocked for that. I wonder why.
Why? Blue? Was it a blue source?
No, the Hinterland Harbour was already there. There was a Temple Garden.
Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Either way, buy back a thing with the land so that you've got something immediate.
Jade light is the only light I know. Jade light. Sorry, I'm in a bit of a mood. It's Helen's now done for the year, so we've got Christmas to ourselves. Vivian Reed first rather than Jade Light Ranger.
Yeah.
No, Jade Light Ranger. We don't need a spell. We don't want spells. We've got the only spell that actually does anything.
Okay. Well, you kind of want to bend creatures with the Jade Light anyway, because you can draw them immediately. So it doesn't really matter, I don't think.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Whatever. Let's Vivian Reed first. See what we hit. Well, I guess we take it and we play it.
Yeah, you're adding 3 power to the board. That's hardly bad.
Can we tap correctly, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And again, just one black. And we're holding
tower.
up. Yeah, it's detection. It is as soon as you play Detection Tower, it starts really messing up how it wants to. Library. Yeah. Not that it changes much, because obviously our opponent just fogs us and settles the wreckage. But if we get to hit with these two, anything else is lethal.
They only have 1 card left.
Yeah, that's kind of my thinking as well.
Killing Vivian's
you know what it is?
work.
It's going to be draw 2. On my instep, it's Chemist's Insight.
You called it.
Yeah.
That's
why they shocked.
Yeah.
It took me way too long to figure that one out.
Yeah. So Merfolk might get better.
I
don't.
They will. I think they will.
Oh, Mono Blue Flyers might get something. That deck's already quite real.
Okay, so they've Cleansing Nova'd my board that doesn't contain a Carnage Tyrant. Kind of suggests that they have another Cleansing Nova for the Carnage Tyrant.
It's fine. You have a find in hand.
They just bind a land to Chemist's Insight again on their main phase, which still seems super weird to me.
Yeah.
Gift of Paradise. Now, they've already got so many mana sources, I don't think I bother killing that, do I? I'd rather tick up.
I don't think it's worth it. Like you can kill a Search for Cancer before it flips, and that's the important one.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think you just want to tick up Vivian again.
Yep, same. Oh, Thrashing Brontodon will help as well, though.
Yeah, that'll do.
I think we just play both of them. Carney T and Thrashy B.
Can you hold up... Are you still holding up Contempt?
You're not holding up Contempt if you play both of them. So, Carnage Tyrant?
I think you play both. Yeah, you still play both. I think. Maybe you don't. Like you got a 2-turn clock anyway.
Yeah, this doesn't actually change the clock.
I think you do it this way because I think you just want to try and cast Contempt with Teferi's ability on the stack.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Okay, they're exploring again for 7 mana. It's a bit tedious, but, you know.
Yeah, whatever.
Teffers.
Right, hopefully the last card is not negate or equivalent.
Yeah, I'd be real sad if this was. Nope, he's gone! He's gone! Get out of here, Teferi. Don't draw another one right now. That would make me super sad. Yep. Yep.
Right. Rorg.
Was that Rarg?
It was, yeah. It's a sign. It's a sound that Carnage Tyrant with a heavy cold makes.
Another Carnage Tyrant or a Thrashy B? A backup Thrashy B.
Carnage Tyrant.
Yeah,
They've
I
not been able
so
to remove the Vivian Reed. She's now on enough to go down again as she has to.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you can commit both creatures to the board.
Well, it's possible that we're being forced to cast down our own Carney T here. No, okay, that's interesting. I think I'd rather just play the...
No. Just play the Brontodon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because if they board wipe, you can
blow
Play
up
Carnage Tyrant.
the Gift of Paradise, and then I
You
can blow up
got-
the Gift of Paradise, and then next turn find finality these two back into my hand. Opponents off it. Ha! Screw you! Your stupid taking turns decks. They're not good. Stop playing them. Ooh, Memorial to Glory. We just got
Do you
wrecked by
reckon
that.
they get any better?
Probably. Like, I don't know. It just feels like with a larger card pool, that sort of set is always going to get better.
How about 7 mana? Put a permanent into play. That wouldn't.
Well, they could play Omniscience then. I don't know.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's actually really funny.
I don't think it's good, but again, I refer you to my earlier comment. I don't think the taking turn decks are ever particularly good. It's just that they occasionally do something that's so off the wall that you just can't beat it.
So,
Keep.
if you want to get cynical,
Oh, I love cynicism. I have been cynical for the last 4 years, mate.
BBD put up a tweet a couple of days ago. Saying that if you're playing best of one format, then having answers that are wide, such as Mortify and Bedevil, are really important.
Yeah. I could see where this is going.
Yeah. It just,
It just makes sense.
So the fact they've printed these very much... I mean, we have had a trend towards catch-all answers.
Do we want Carnage Tyrant against tokens?
You can't cast it.
I mean, not next turn, but
What are you doing next turn?
probably Chupacabra. And then the turn after I can Bronzodon and cast down something.
Alright, keep it then.
Like, it is only turn 3, man. Saying we can't cast it is like, yeah, I got that. And I'm going to start trying to push through damage. I know it's not going to do all that much, but we'll try. Ooh.
Yeah, so the cynical part is basically saying they've planned it. I think you trade.
No.
Okay.
Chupacabra.
Fair point.
I'm just going to attack first.
Yeah.
They're going to only take 2 off of this attack, but whatever. Oh, no. They didn't even bother blocking. That's real interesting. Chupacabra Imara. Bye-bye, Imara.
Yeah. So yeah.
She seemed a lot better than she ended up being. Opponents off it. Opponents had enough. They're like, fracking Golgari decks and they're fracking Chupacabras.
Your draw was pretty good though.
Our draw was actually very good there. Yeah, we've had some stinkers. We've had some right stinkers, but we've had some really good draws.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie about that one. We've had some decent luck over the last couple of days actually. We've had some real variance where it's like I mulled to 4 and then I died, and it's like yeah, of course. And then I was like, oh, I ripped exactly the only card that would work here, and so I won. I think we keep this.
Yeah.
It's a little bit medium, but we keep it.
You can cast everything.
Well, yeah.
I know we're not playing limited, but you have Wild Growth against the aggro decks, and Vivian against everyone else.
Yep.
So
the only decks that we're really punished by is like super hard control, and we don't feel too great against those anyway. So
yeah.
Oh, and I didn't even see that air vents followed.
Oh, excellent.
That's annoying. The I must have missed the notification because we've got some sweet new animations.
Oh.
Actually,
maybe they did it while you were offline.
I mean, possibly. Oh, mono blue. Okay, we want explorers or black sources. Any of those things. Any of those things.
So this is a deck that I think is primed to get better.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. You only need a couple...
They
maybe only one more.
They don't have it.
Nice. Oh, they should reprint Keen Sense, and then they have to play green-blue. Anyway,
Oh, Keen Sense is out of the format, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think mono blue is primed to get better. I think one, like a 2-mana spell from.
Oh no, we don't attack.
From the Simic.
We can't attack it.
Yeah, don't attack. Would do quite nicely.
Trying to bait out that trickster.
Yes.
Didn't work. Didn't work. If we could draw like any black source next turn, that'd be great. A tapped one would even be fine. Okay. Countering the Wild Growth Walker. It's actually pretty reasonable because Wild Growth and racing them is often just the line.
Ooh.
Okay. Untapped black source off the top. Come on. God damn it.
Well, Wild Growth Walker it is.
That's a tilt.
Limit it next. Oh, can you?
No, because they're going to have blue up next turn for Siren Storm Tamer. They left themselves completely exposed, and I have the removal spell in hand, and I couldn't cast it.
Alright, how about Jade Light Ranger into untapped Woodland Cemetery?
How about another double black spell that we can't cast? I think we're just dead.
I think you did. I think we are.
That's really tilting. And this is, again, my problem with best of ones. The variance increases massively. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong, Mono Blue is a deck designed to beat Golgari. But I don't feel like I played Magic here.
Well, you didn't. Maybe
I can't.
You should have mulliganed.
Yeah, but no, you have to keep that hand. Like, that is a perfectly reasonable hand. And instead of drawing any black sources, we drew Find, Cast Down, Chupacabra. So, no, I think the keep was perfectly reasonable. And it's just that we don't get to sideboard and say, okay, we know what we're up against.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a keep as well, weirdly.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
It's not great again, but... And obviously, I think we'd be better off on the play here, but...
You are on the play, aren't you?
Are we? Oh, yeah, we are.
No.
Yep, opponent's still mulling. And then roll to 6. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. No. It's right to the bottom.
I mean, that is a good point, Simeon.
Mm-hmm.
How many best of threes are determined by mana screw or flood?
Yeah, but I don't
ways...
feel like I'm being completely effed over. That's the... Ooh, that can stay. That's the difference. I feel like I actually played Magic and my decisions mattered.
So I think it's...
This might be Jeskai Control, actually. Or is it Control?
It's an interesting psychological point. So in a tournament setting... best of one is awful. Because you just feel really, really bad.
Yep.
In an online setting where the aim is just to play as many games as possible, I personally still like sideboarding.
Are we playing a Memorial to Folly here, or are we playing a Swamp so that we can Vraska's Contempt? We still get to play Vivian Reed either way. It's just that if we play the Vivian Reed and we don't hit a land over 2 turns, we don't get to cast Carnage on turn. I think it's the Swamp.
Play the Swamp.
I think it's the Swamp. It's Jeskai.
I mean, you're right, Simeon. That is a way of looking at it. I think you play the Seeker Square here.
Yeah, we do.
Like not in a tournament of 20 rounds. So that is a different way of doing it. Is if you just
Simeon's been touting this idea on the podcast, And I'm like, I can see where you're coming from, but I still don't see why we would bother moving away from best of 3 when we've got a perfectly reasonable system.
So I think, just Carnage Tyrant.
Yeah, exactly. Send for 1 first, obviously.
So I think if what you want to do is come home after work and jam some Magic games and just kind of laugh and relax and play for an hour, best of 1 is really great.
Yeah, absolutely. I am no way denying that.
I think the problem is not necessarily strict kind of game win-loss, kind of whether you win or lose more based on deck choice, I think I agree, Simeon, when people are saying that it's always been this way, it should stay this way. That's not a good argument.
No.
My argument is that I think you just want to land.
Yeah, I guess we do. Yeah.
My argument is a lot of what makes Magic super unique.
This was my point.
And so a lot of what makes Magic much better than something like Hearthstone is your ability to sideboard, is your ability to have not only the 60 cards you choose, but the 15 cards you choose on top of that, and trying to figure out how to sideboard strategy sideboards. Like I have had hours of conversation trying to design sideboard guides ahead of a PPTQ, and I think if that weren't an option, I would not be anywhere near as interested in the game as I am. So I think that you have to treat Best of 1 as its own separate entity.
Please point out the memorial to Foley. Go on, do it. Oh, okay.
You have to treat Best of 1 as its own separate entity.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have to where I honestly think playing decks like Golgari Midrange is not a winning strategy.
No, it isn't.
I think you want to play something different.
The problem is, this is what I like playing.
Exactly.
And it's what I'm good at more than anything else.
And so what Simeon says in his final comment, you need to adapt a new style of deck for building Best of 1. And that is... Sure, Jack. Just sure. Like, yeah, alright. Fine.
Opponent should concede here. Opponent should definitely just concede.
You're a monster.
Oh God! Somebody clip it! Somebody clip it!
So, nice.
Opponent's like, there's one on the battlefield and there's 2 in hand. Yeah, we're done here, folks. Nice. Vivian Reed's about to ultimate, so half of my rafts don't even work.
So,
Golgari Raiders. That goes in the nice black green undergrowth list that I think is super interesting. It's just not great at the moment.
So, yes and no, Simeon. So, Best of 1 encourages people to be hyper aggressive or to play a very heavy. So, okay, if you imagine that rather than being a guild standard like we are now, if we wind the clock back 6 months, right?
This is a mulligan,
there was the mono blue artifact deck. Do you remember that one with Scythe, Opterist and stuff?
Yeah, I remember that. It was pretty good. We played it at Brussels, like we played against it at Brussels. This is a mulligan. This is nothing until turn 4, so we mulligan.
So if you have a deck like that, in the format, then you kind of push people towards playing mono red that has a main deck answer to it. As it was, the format you were kind of forced to play that anyway. But like, if you have an artifact-based strategy and you have a taking turns-based strategy and a mono-red strategy, then you can't have a mid-range deck without a sideboard sitting in the middle of that.
Okay. This could just be the mirror. I mean, they've got worse basics than us because we've got J6.
I do approve of your J6.
The game just gave them to me.
So the thing is, I mean, you're entirely right. You can build a game by creating different cards that allows this to work. My argument is that moves you away from what makes Magic better than other TCGs, which is sideboarding.
We're up against red-green monsters.
So taking sideboarding out makes the game way more accessible, and
Boo.
I'm pretty sure that is the directive, is to make Magic Arena popular and accessible. And so by putting your primary ladder system onto a best of one, which is fast, you don't have to worry about sideboarding, makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally agree with that.
My other problem is like how you watch Magic, right? How you enjoy watching Magic. And we just had a game a second ago where our opponent went, I'm going to miss my third land drop, and they've already got exactly what they need, concede. And it's like, I don't want to watch a game like that. I don't even want to watch the game where they don't concede because they're still stuck on 2 lands. Speaking of, opponent stuck on lands here. So if you end up having games like that, then that's not good for your tournament viewing experience. And at that point, people are going to turn away. They're going to be like, oh, is this really what the game is? The game's over in 5 minutes? Like, that's not...
Well, again, you got to bear in mind that people are going to watch streams. So, rather than high-level tournaments, is what people are going to tune into.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So, okay, as a platform to enable people to stream rapidly, to flip between decks, to have... Arena is very, very good for streamers. It's very good for people who want to play very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think best of one actually lends itself to that kind of gameplay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it's suitable for tournaments.
No,
precisely. Because by removing sideboarding and best of 3 games, even if you just had best of 3 but with no sideboards, I still don't think that is as interesting or as deep as having sideboard cards.
No, totally agree. Totally agree.
And it seems to me that we are moving in a direction.
An awkward keep?
You are right, Simeon. The game is fast. Yeah, it's a keep. So I'm not entirely sure what we're arguing over at this point.
Yeah, it's.
I've lost my thread slightly.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
losing my voice.
That's me. That's me talking about the game as well. Just being like, I think this is a keep. I keep this as a ball. Blah blah blah.
Well, I think.
I should have played out the swamp. Herp derp. That was dim of me.
Yes. In that case, Simeon, I think what we have is entirely perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. No, if you're right, and that ranked is just the thing that you sort of muck about with when you come home, cool. I'm down for that. If ranked is the way you get to MC, I'm not good for that. That's not the Magic I want to play, and I don't think it's interesting enough for people.
So I think
let's just play this Jadelight Ranger. Ooh, no, we can play Lana Rose and we can Vivian Reed next turn, but what does Vivian Reed even get us? She doesn't.
I think you play Vivian Reed. Sorry, you play like Jadelight Ranger.
Yeah.
Just play to the board.
Yeah, that's kind of my feeling. Yeah, that can stay on top.
Yeah.
We'll turn that into a Lightning Helix. Not a Lightning Helix, Boros Charm. That's the word I was looking for.
So if best of 1 ladder didn't exist, then we would all happily pay best of 3 ladder. We just do it.
In fact, if they'd said it's best of 3, but we might consider making it best of 1, I bet you'd have a far more nuanced discussion about it than what's going on right now.
Magic players are awful at nuance.
Oh yeah, we're terrible at it.
So, I mean, it's an interesting point. Playing best of 3 ladder strikes me as a horrific time investment. But why would that matter, Simeon? Like, games are you play fewer games, so you just tweak the ladder system slightly. So rather than needing 10 game wins to progress, you need 5 match wins to progress. It's the same. You can tweak it.
You probably wouldn't half it, but yeah. I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm being hyperbolic.
Yeah, no, I get you. I totally get you. Oh, that was a pretty decent draw.
So again, it comes down to what do you want out of playing Magic Arena? That's what it comes down
to. Untap land next turn to kill this Lyra. Untap land to kill this Lyra or Aurelia, whichever. Untap land. Untap land. Mm-hmm. Screw you.
That's fine. You're on 20 life. You're well ahead still. Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Right. So that there is a problematic number. 70% win rate. At the top of the game, the best players in the world have a 65% win rate.
I still think that number is a bit overblown.
That includes their ability. So that includes the fact that they get to win sideboarded games because they know how to sideboard properly.
Yeah.
Can
we draw an
I think if you took out sideboarding, the delta would go down a lot. Now, obviously, that number comes from playing at the Pro Tour, where everyone is super amazing. Kind of their GP win rate will be slightly higher. Their arena win rate will be much higher. So.
Oh, god damn it! The fucking land's tapped wrong. Oh, I'm gonna die to the stupid auto tap. God damn it! Okay, we need an untapped land off the top, please, deck.
So, I think the way the ladder system currently works, which is you play games, you level up. At the end of the season, you get rewards based on your level.
Land. Yes.
I think that is pretty cool.
And
I think that is a very, very good starting point. Because it gives you... But I don't think that matters. Like... Your advantage of winning 2-0 is that you get to play more games faster.
Yeah.
That's your prize.
Yeah.
I feel like you want to encourage people to play best of 1 and best of 3 for different
We're just going to grab both of these Chupacabras back just so that we've got some protection against them doing dumb things.
So I think best of 1 is suited very well for playing a lot of quick games and trying lots of different decks and just having that kind of really fresh feel that Arena gives you. I think what you want to do, so what I would like to see would be the introduction of play Carnage Tyrant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking though we can actually turn off their ability.
Well, I would like to see something like the qualifier points you get on Magic Online.
Oh, that's a tilt.
Oh, that's not good, is it? So, if there is some kind of PPTQ system, or there's like a play Vivian.
We're going to see what they do first.
So at the moment, I think a lot of the debate around this discussion is built off this idea that your standing on the ladder will directly impact
your likelihood to get to the championships.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm.
do you just want Lanta?
I mean, it's possible, but I
Like, you got a load of cards in hand.
yeah, but this one gives me life. Oh no, it doesn't. They've turned it off. I should have taken the land. Oh damn it! Oh, they've conceded. Okay, punt not fully executed.
Not punished. So if being gold, qualified you to play in a PTQ, then I think there is some weird double standard thing going on. So you either have to say that all events forever will be best of one across the entire board, or you're qualifying for a best of 3 event using best of 1 stats.
That has been my problem. That has been my problem with it.
Which in and of itself might not be an issue, but it is slightly misleading because you've got your game designer saying, "Come play a competitive circuit," or you've qualified for an even more competitive thing. By the way, have you ever sideboarded it before?
Yes.
You learn to sideboard now.
Yeah, so I had this, I made this point on Twitter and someone tweeted back, and I never got around to replying, but someone tweeted back, to get to Mythic or whatever, people will have to get really deep in Magic. They will have to understand what it does. And it's like, do they though? Like, and we're not suggesting that Mythic is your only way to qualify. We're saying that Gold qualifies you for a tournament that then qualifies you for the Mythic Championships. Oh, okay.
So I still
double
think
hunted
that
witness opening.
way too much is being read into this. Right?
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
I mean, also very good point, Simeon. And people do. So, I think my major gripe, and I think it's one that a lot of people share but are unable to articulate, is best of 3 is what makes Magic great. It's why we have every week there are so very many tournaments. So many articles written. If you think about it, every single week there are articles written about Magic, and a very large proportion on them is about deck construction. It's about how to sideboard. It's about which cards to include in your main deck and sideboard to allow you to have configurations that are good across the current metagame. Now, and I think this is what people are getting really hung up on, is what Arena represents, what Arena currently is, what Jack is doing right now, is not the same as what those articles are.
No. Yeah, they've got the
cat?
Ajani's pride mate dude. Yeah. Cat. Yeah. Got cat.
So I think what we need to think about is what Wizards is trying to create with Arena is that feeling of tabletop kitchen Magic. Because that is what the vast majority of people who play Magic play. That's what they like, that's what they experience. And having played a lot of green-white boggles today, I've enjoyed that feeling a lot. Good. My voice is going anyway.
What's that?
But just
my sorry.
Voice is running.
Yeah, no, chat couldn't hear me talking to Helen there.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah.
Anyway, just to kind of wrap up my point is what they currently have on Arena right now very much fits what I think their goals are, and I think it's a very good thing to have built, which is quick, easy games where you can come on, you don't have to think too hard, you can just play some Magic, kitchen table style, have a great time.
Yep.
I think that in the coming weeks, I will send you a list, Simeon. It is currently a little budget. I'll send you a list the budget list that I'm running, and I'll send you a list that I think would be interesting, kind of fully powered. Again, kind of as a best of one, get some people with some hexproof flyers sort of plan. And so I think what people need to just do is just chill.
I'm just going to nip in here just to tell chat. I'm planning on committing to the board pretty hard here because if I can ultimate Vivian Reed, they die next turn. But I've got fine finality to get the creatures back if they wrath or anything. Sorry, carry on.
But that's basically the point I'm trying to make is best of one does not suit our needs as people who want to watch tournament Magic and participate in tournament Magic. As people who want to play kind of rapid Magic and people who want to play kind of watch lots of different matchups, it certainly suits that very, very well. So it suits the streaming need, but not necessarily the spike need. And I very much expect that when they announce a route to qualification through Arena, which is definitely coming, that we will have an alternative to this ladder system. There will be something in place which encourages best of three play.
Yeah.
That is my opinion.
I hope so. I hope you're right on that one.
Yeah. The Boggles list, Simeon, I got to like mid-silver with it. The deck is reasonable.
What is going on?
But kind of
What
wonky.
is going on?
Don't block. Not unless you want to finality them.
Okay, what happens next turn? So we block Vivian
What happens
ultimates.
next turn? No, well, so they
And
get
then we
2
can-
4/4s if you block.
Yeah, and then we can finality them away.
Okay.
Especially if we've ultimated Vivian Reed, because they're now Carnage Tyrant, our Wild Growth Walker,
alright,
Jadelight
alright,
Ranger, or Thrashing Oh no, actually.
You
No.
Block with the 2 Jade Lights that are going to die. The 2 things that are going to die anyway.
No, we're going to go no blocks, you're right. We're going to tick Vivian Reed down to kill this.
But you can
Divine
do that with the
Visitation.
Pronodon.
Oh, yeah. No, they've given up.
Well, alright.
Okay, so what was the line there? What was actually the line there?
So,
'cause
can
I
I
was-
can't see your board state. You had 6 mana plus 1 in the elf plus 1 in hand, right?
Mhm.
So I like the line of block with the Jade Lights and
That are going to
the
die. Yeah,
Merfolk that die. Let them make their angels.
yeah,
You then ultimately Vivian Reed.
yeah.
You then pop the Brontodon on the Divine Visitation.
Mm-hmm.
You then cast Finality, putting your counters on...
The Jadelight Ranger that's now a 5/4 because of the Vivian Reed ultimate.
Yes. And then you have Indestructible, Hexproof, Nonsense.
Yeah.
And your opponent has no board and no Divine Visitation.
So my instinct to block and finality was probably correct, but
I think that based on the fact that they're tapped out, and
this is it. I was sitting there going, what if they have Settle the Wreckage? How much am I going to get to attack with? And that actually ended up just not coming up.
realistically, I think you're far enough ahead that you could take actions at random and win.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
All right, I'm going to have to sign off because my voice is completely gone.
Yeah, I think actually we're going to leave it there for the moment. I might be back on in about an hour. I need to eat some dinner. So yeah, we'll call it here. Let me see if I can actually host someone. Bum-ba-dum, ba-dum-ba-dum. Ba-ba-ba. Host. Oh, Autumn's still on.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Host them.
Cool. Right then, folks, they're gone now. They're hosted.